Good evening, and welcome to the public hearing for the Livingston Zoning Board of Adjustment. Today is November 25th, 2025. If you're an applicant for a D or use variance, you should be aware that such a variance can only be granted after showing that special reasons for the grant of the variance exists, and that variance can be granted without substantial detriment to the zoning plan of the Township of Livingston. You should also be aware that in order to be granted such a variance, you will require affirmative vote of 5 members of the 7-member Board of Adjustment. Other variances require a majority of 4 members to grant that variance. If you're an applicant for any variance and your variance is denied by this board, you have a right to appeal to the Superior Court of the State of New Jersey within 45 days of notice of decision, and that court may overturn the decision of this board. If you're an objector to any type of variance that has been granted, you too may appeal to Superior Court of the State of New Jersey within 45 days of the notice of decision. If you file an appeal, I ask that you please provide a copy of your complaint to the Planning Administrator, Jackie Hollis. Pursuant to the requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act, also known as the Sunshine Law, adequate notice of the meeting was provided to the Star Ledger and West Essex Tribune, and a copy was also placed on the bulletin board in the municipal building. In addition to having notice posted, notice of the meeting was placed on the township's website. Members of the public will have an opportunity to ask questions or to make statements regarding each application at the appropriate time. When the time comes, if you'd like to address the board, please come to the front and use the microphone so we can make sure your comments or questions are part of the record. In advance, because everyone will be gone at the end, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And could you call the roll, please?
Absolutely, looking forward. Okay, Mr. Kenya is here, Mr. Horn. Here. Mr. Shah. Here. Mr. Sherman is out, Mr. Yoon.
Here.
Mr. Wiseman.
Here.
Okay, Ms. Khan.
Here.
Mr. Beer.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum.
Okay.
Okay,
If you are here for 20 Melrose Drive, application 2025-74-V, please note this has been adjourned to December 9th. There'll be no further notice on that application. Okay, can you call the first application of the night?
absolutely, yeah. Block 5101, Lot 28, 15 Woodland Terrace, application number 2025-69-V. Michelle and Andy Cohen. Applicant seeks approval for one-story rear addition and deck in violation of the following section, 170-98C3. Right side yard setback 10 feet required, 8.76 feet proposed, 1.24 feet variance requested. 170-98C3, left side yard setback 10 feet required, 9.6 feet proposed, 0.4 feet variance requested.
Okay, welcome. Are you taking the lead, Mr. Dubonnet, or?
I think Michelle would like to just say a quick thing, but.
Okay, why don't we do this? You are Michelle and Andy Cohen? Okay. Can you please raise your right hand so we'll swear you in? Do you swear affirm to tell the truth for this zoning board tonight?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And Mr. Dubonnet, we'll swear you in as well. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth for this zoning board tonight?
I do.
Okay. Mr. Dubonnet has appeared before this board on multiple occasions, been qualified in the field of architecture. Mr. Dubonnet, I'm going to make a wild guess that your license to practice architecture in the state of New Jersey is up to date.
Not too wild, yes.
Okay. So through you, Chair, I think we can accept Mr. Dubonnet as an expert in architecture.
Unless there's any objections, not seeing any, we can accept you as an expert in architecture.
Thank you.
Okay, so if you want to proceed, you can.
Thank you. Michelle, my name is Michelle Cohen. This is Andy Cohen, my husband. And we've lived in Livingston in our current house for 32 years. We love our street. We love the neighborhood. And never spoken to a microphone before. And we have 2 kids who went through Livingston Public Schools. Just thank you for considering our application.
Thank you.
And then you want, and you hired Mr. Dubonnet to handle the architecture on this project for you.
We did.
Okay, so Mr. Dubonnet, you want to?
Yes, I would
regale
like
us
to
with
take you
your
through this.
architecture?
Yes, thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Um, This application requires two variances. Both are side yard setbacks, both are existing nonconformities, and the need or the ask is that it's about, let me step back a second. The house was built in 1941. It's a side hall colonial. It has had no previous additions to the home, although the exterior has been very, very well maintained, and there has been some interior renovations. This will be the first addition this house gets. There'll be no FAR or no FAR variances needed. We're significantly, well, I shouldn't say significantly, we have a very small lot, but there's no FAR needed in this application, just side yard setbacks. And the need and the want is, quite simply, they have an attached garage. Sorry, I'm never good at manipulating this. We have an attached garage that we'd like to build a mudroom behind the garage. This way they could go, well, from their garage into their mudroom, into their kitchen right now. And I'll just show you some photographs. I think that's the best way to give you a visual. So this photograph, which you have in your package, basically this is the back of the garage and this is the entrance to the kitchen. So our proposed addition is a one-story addition to the back of the house. And in that addition, there'll be a bathroom. They haven't had a bathroom on the first floor in 25 years. And a mudroom, cubbies, closets situation. So the side yard setback existing is 8.76 and proposed is 8.76. So we're going to extend the existing nonconformity. Really quickly, the lot is 50 feet wide. So in the R3, the minimum required is 100. In the R4, the minimum required is 75. So the hardship is I think, based upon the existing lot. And it's very interesting, Woodland Terrace, the one side of the street, they're all 50 feet wide. So it's very common that most of the homes are less than 10. And it'll be a one-story addition in this portion of the property. And the second variance that we need is we'd like to put a deck on the back of the house, and we'd like it to line up with the side of the house on the right side, which is, well, in this photograph too, the right side is, this is the dining room window right here. So the plan is to, can't wait, put a sliding glass door. We walk out the door onto a deck. The deck is about 2 feet off the ground. And we'd like to line it up with the edge of the house. The edge of the house is 9.6 feet, and the deck would be at 9.6 feet. And it's a violation about 3 inches, and the only reason we're asking for that is because we're here asking for the mudroom side. Otherwise, yes, we could pull it in 3 inches. But since we're here tonight, we'd like to ask you for the few inches to just make it line up with the house. And real quickly, and that's our proposed project. This is the proposed deck with the slider, and on the left side is the mudroom addition. And then I hatched it in with some new material here. This is the mudroom addition. There'll be no entrance from the mudroom from the outside. You'll have to go into the garage, into the mudroom. And I think the positive aspect of this application is we get them a much needed, a little extra space in the house. I don't see any negative impact to the neighbors or the neighborhood. And that's our application. Thank you.
So you're keeping the offsets that are existing right now,
Yes.
and no new violations really on either side?
No.
Okay. Does anyone on the board have any questions for this applicant? Does anybody in the public have any questions for this applicant? Does anybody in the public want to make a statement? Does anybody on the board want to make a statement? Does anyone on the board want to make a motion?
I will make a motion to, sorry.
You make a motion.
I will make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Wow.
We are hungry to approve everything, so.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr.
Yes.
Harn? Mr. Kenya, yes. Mr. Shah?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman? No, he's not here. Ms. Yoon?
Yes.
Mr. Wiseman?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Khan?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, Block 4802, Lot 4, 25 West Harrison Place, application number 2025-73-V, Iconic LLC. Application seeks approval to construct a new single-family house, new garage in violation of the following section, 170-87CC4, habitable floor area 30% allowed, 36.98 proposed, 6.98% variance requested.
Welcome.
Good evening, how are you? My name is Vinay Mavincurve from Mavincurve and Patel. I represent the applicant Iconic LLC. And I have testimony today from the architect as well as the planner who's seated to my right. So with your permission, I'd like to begin with the architect.
Okay, when we start with Mr. Sedra? All right. Do you swear firm to tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
I do.
Okay, Mr. Sedra has been qualified as an architect before this board on many occasions, and I know for a fact that Mr. Sedra's license is good, because otherwise he wouldn't be here tonight.
Yep, correct.
He'd be on his way down to Trenton to renew the license. So I don't see any reason, Chair, why we wouldn't accept him as an expert in the field of architecture.
Does anyone on the board have any objections? There be no objections, we can accept you as an expert in architecture.
Sure, thank you. This is not actually the architecture plans. This one actually is the architecture plans, but I'm not sure why it's not in sheets. Can I share my file? The lower one? Mhm. Okay. Okay, so we are proposing a single-family house here. It's not a big house, it's such a small house, where we have all the living spaces at the first floor. Also, we have two-car garage facing the street. We also have a guest bedroom at the first floor. The area of the first floor is 1,376, and the garage area is 439. On the left side, you will see the basement floor. The basement floor consists of one big open space on the left, and on the right, we have a bedroom with its own egress access. We have a shared bathroom, mechanical room, and a storage room. The area for the basement is 1,376. The second floor consists of 4 bedrooms with closets and bathrooms. We have 3 bathrooms in this house at the second floor, and also we have a laundry room facing the front. The design of the exterior of the building, it's a colonial style home. We have some AZAC panel, a lot of windows, standing seam roof above the garage, and also we have board and batten siding, and also horizontal lap siding. And the base of the building is made out of stone. The drawing under it is the rear elevation, has the same concept where we have also casement window used for this building. The second floor area is 1,619. The floor area of this house is 2,995 with a floor area ratio of 36.98%. We are applying for 6.9% variance for the floor area ratio. This is the only variance we're applying for. The attic for this house is only accessible from the second floor through a pull-down stair. And as you see, the roof line, we have a hip roof in the middle with no windows. And then we have these gable end roof that ties to the hip roof. The height inside the attic, from the attic floor to the underside of the ridge beam is 8'4". That being said, the collar tie will be installed at 5'8" from the attic floor. And also, we are in conformance with the building height where the code requires the maximum per code is 35 feet. We are at 33 feet, 8.5. On this sheet, you will see the diagram that shows the square footage of the floor that I mentioned. That's all.
So, sir, just to be clear, the design doesn't involve any expansion into the setbacks or an increase in the building height beyond the acceptable limits, correct?
Correct, no expansions.
Okay. And in your opinion, does the proposed architecture preserve adequate light, air, open space for the property?
Correct.
In conformance with the other houses around here?
Correct.
In your professional opinion, does the project improve the functionality and livability of the home?
Sure, yeah.
And does the design modernize the home, improve the aesthetics, and
Correct,
enhance
yeah.
the neighborhood?
Correct, it improves the aesthetic appearance of the neighborhood, yes.
Okay. But overall, would you say that it maintains the character of the neighborhood?
Correct, yeah.
And would any portion of this new construction create any sort of adverse visual impediment as it relates to the neighborhood?
No, not really. I mean, it's a colonial style home and it's very well known in this neighborhood,
Okay,
the
thank you.
style of the house.
I don't have any further questions for this witness.
Does anyone on the board have any questions for this witness?
I do.
Please.
On the first page of the diagram, it states that there's a two-story foyer. But yeah, when I look at the second floor, it looks like above that two-story foyer is a study room and the laundry room. So I think something's incorrect here.
I'm sorry, which diagram you're
On the
looking at?
first page of the architectural plans, it states two-story foyer.
Oh, yeah,
But yet,
that's
there's a
not
study in
two-story, that's a
laundry room above.
typo. I'll change that.
Okay, so.
It's not really two-story for you.
And in your calculations of your square footage, you assume that was a one-story, not
Correct, if you look
two-story?
at the last sheet, the diagram doesn't show any two-story. It's, we count the whole square footage.
Okay,
If you look at the A03. So that's a typo. I will remove the two-story.
okay, thank you.
Does anybody else on the board have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the public have any questions for this witness? That's it for this witness.
All right, at this point, I'd like to elicit testimony from our planner.
Okay, Mr. Graviano, do you swear affirm and tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Graviano's been qualified in the field of planning on many occasions. Mr. Graviano, your license to practice as a licensed planner in state of New Jersey is up to date?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Does anybody on the board have any objections? There being no objections, we can accept you as an expert in professional planning.
Thank you, Nicholas Graviano, Graviano & Gillis, architects and planners for the applicant. What is before the board this evening requested one D4 habitable floor area variance, whereas the habitable floor area .3 is required, the applicant's at .3698. As you heard in previous testimony, all other setbacks are being met by this application. I would like to note that this is an undersized lot, whereas 8,098 square feet exists today, whereas 9,375 square feet are required by ordinance. That's what's necessitating this D4 FAR variance. I would also like to note that the applicant is 225 square feet under the habitable floor area requirement at 2,995 square feet, so it's just a touch under 3,000 square feet. So it's a modest home. I would also like to note that the applicant is fixing a currently deficient side yard setback, which exists today at 8.4 feet. The applicant is bringing the new home into the conformance of the R4 district at 10 feet. I would also like to note that the applicant is under the building coverage requirement. 24.3% is required. The applicant's coming in tonight before the board for 23.5%. So the site is not being overburdened by the FAR variance request. As you know, with the FAR variance, it's the applicant's burden to prove that the site can accommodate the proposed building, given the request for the FAR variance. Certainly, the site can accommodate the proposed building, given that it meets all required setbacks, also meets the required building coverage of the district, and is under the height requirement permitted by the district. This proposal certainly advances purpose A of the municipal land use law, promotion of the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare, by providing new housing that's built to current codes. Additionally, it provides advancement of purpose G to provide sufficient space and appropriate location for a variety of residential uses to meet the needs of New Jersey citizens. And as you saw with Mr. Cedra's impeccably designed building, it certainly promotes purpose I, a desirable visual environment through creative development techniques and good civic design and arrangement. There's no substantial impairment to the zone plan or zoning ordinance with the board's granting of the habitable floor area ratio variance this evening.
I have no further questions of this witness.
Does anyone on the board have any questions for this applicant?
I have a
Please.
question. I just need a clarification. On the civil plan, the zoning table, there are two lines of the lot. One is a lot area of 8,000 plus square feet. Another one is a lot area within 125 feet of street line. Can you explain the difference? Like, how big is a lot?
As I said previously, the lot is 8,098 square feet.
Okay.
So it is an undersized lot for the
Right.
district.
There is a second line, says lot area within 125. So the 6,901 square feet, that lot area has, that's not the real actual lot area, right? The lot area is 8,000?
No,
And
that's, so the lot's longer than 125 feet. So that's why you have those two separate numbers.
See.
But that's an existing condition, so the administrative officer does not call that out as a variance.
Gotcha. Thank you for the
Yes,
clarification.
no problem.
Did anybody else on the board have any questions for this applicant, this witness? Does anybody in the public have any questions for this witness? Nope. That's it for this witness, I guess.
Just say no closing.
No, we're just going to close.
Okay, before we close, anybody in the public want to make any statements regarding this application? Feel free to close.
All right, so the testimony you heard today addressed both the positive and negative criteria required for approval of this variance. As you heard, the applicant seeks approval to permit the HFAR of 36.98, where 30% is permitted. No other variances are being requested, and the proposal complies with all setback, height, and lot coverage regulations outside of that. So the only relief that's involved is interior massing. That is the amount of interior habitable space, and it's not an expansion of the exterior bulk or footprint of the home. You've heard a very credible testimony that it advances the zoning purposes, the benefits outweigh any detriments, and there's no adverse impact on the neighboring properties. It also remains consistent with the scale and character of the neighborhood, and it doesn't impair the zoning plan or zoning ordinances. So for these reasons, the variance should be granted. The law states that the variance should be granted where a deviation from the zoning ordinance would advance the purposes of the municipal land use law, and the benefits would substantially outweigh any detriment. We believe that that's been proven here today, and we'd appreciate a positive result on this application. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone on the board want to make a statement?
So This is a really interesting street. I don't think I'd ever been on the street before, because on the one side, you face the post office and the construction for Summit Medical, and on the back, you have this really large lot, and then you have Hobart Gap. So it's really interesting in that there's the original, let's see, it's pretty long. It was, I'm looking for the number, where is it? No.
149.
Rear yard setback, where is that? I can't find it. Here it is. 72 was the existing, right? And now it's 49. So you're really doing all the building in the back, which you can because you have that lot in the back. So the bulk of the house you won't even really see from the street. And also bringing the house in a little bit to meet the setback requirements. I think it's fits the street aesthetically, and I think it's a positive addition to the neighborhood.
Thank you.
Does anybody else want to make a statement? Does someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it. Okay, Ms. Yan,
Yes.
Mr. Kenya, yes, Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Wiseman?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Khan?
Yes.
Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Yes,
You too. Thank you for your time.
Block 1303, Lot 66, 7 Taft Court, application number 2025-99-V,
Have a good one.
18 Tower Road LLC. Applicant seeks approval to construct a new single-family house in violation of the following: Section 170-87BB4, habitable floor area, 3,220 square feet allowed, 3,398 square feet proposed, 178 square feet variance requested.
Good evening, everyone. Again, it's my great pleasure to be before you.
Welcome
For the
back.
record's
We haven't seen you in a while.
purposes, I'm Stephen Shepis. Nice to see you.
Still?
Yes, still. So, may I be seated?
Please, be comfortable. Put your feet up.
Well, good evening, everyone. Again, it's my great pleasure to be here this evening. This evening, we're here on behalf of 18 Tower Road. Don't let it throw you off. It regards property at 7 Taft Lane. The property is the subject, a court, forgive me, 7 Taft Court. And we're seeking one variance this evening with regard to habitable floor area, the flat number. We're requesting variance to have 178 square feet in excess of the maximum permitted. You're going to hear testimony that the lot that's the subject of tonight's application is the largest lot on the block. It is approximately 40% larger than the minimum lot area required under the ordinance. The project proposal comports with all of the requirements of the zoning ordinance, save one. We have some testimony this evening on behalf of the applicant by John Babula. Mr. Babula is a licensed architect, so he prepared the plans that are subject to tonight's hearing. He also brought an exhibit with him to give you a little flavor of the neighborhood and the size of the lots around us. So without further ado, I'm going to ask Mr. Babula be sworn, place his credentials on the record, and then give us his testimony.
Hey, do you swear firm to tell the truth to this zoning board tonight?
Yes.
Okay, and as Mr. Travis indicated, Barbara has been qualified as in the field of engineering? Architecture.
Yes.
Okay, it's the tie, it's throwing me off. Just slip it down. Field of architecture before this board in the
Isn't that
past.
funny? That's the truth.
Yeah, it's like a Samson without the hair. So, Ms. Barbula has been qualified in the field of architecture before this board on prior occasions, and your license practice in the field of architecture in the state of New Jersey is up to date, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Chair?
Does anyone have any objections to this witness? There being no objections, we can accept you as an applicant, as an expert in architecture. All yours.
All right, very good. Mr. Babula, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's on the property today and describe the lot, the size of the lot, the shape of the lot, the improvements on the lot, and then what's proposed as part of this application.
Okay. Today, as it exists, there's a split-level dwelling on the lot. The lot is known as 7 Taft, and it is 3,400 square feet in lot area, where 12,000 is required. The lot size is 92 by about 120, where 75 by 125 is required. The existing front yard is 35.5, where 40 is required, and we are proposing 40.4. So we're actually improving an existing nonconformity. The side yards are required to be 10 on each side. Existing is 12 and a half and 11. We're actually improving that as well, making the new house more narrow, where we're going to have 15 and a half on one side and 16 on the other. The combined side yard required is 27.3. We will be at 31.5, which is about 8 feet better. The rear yard, 35 feet is required in the rear yard. We will be at 44.4. The habitable floor area, this is what requires the variance. It's a maximum of 3,220 square feet. We will be at 3,398 square feet, which is 178 square feet over. The habitable floor area ratio is 30% required. We will be under that at 25.3%. Maximum building height is 35 feet. We are at 33.3. And the maximum building coverage allowed is 3,353, and we are at 2,245, so almost 1,000 square feet under the building coverage.
Now, Mr. Babula, you were kind enough to prepare an exhibit for tonight's hearing, and consists of a copy of the tax map, some photographs. So why don't you first identify for us the number of pages on this exhibit, what the contents of the exhibit are, and then perhaps you can tell us a little bit about the exhibit.
And for the record, we'll refer to it as Exhibit A1.
A1 works.
Sure. Sure. A1 consists of 6 pages. It starts off with the tax map and about 5 properties that are neighboring our subject property.
All right, so let's take it page by page. So
Why don't we hold
everybody
off one
have-
second?
oh,
We're
yeah,
still in
hold
the
on,
process
hold
of-
on, you're moving too quick. So let me ask a couple of questions so that we can all catch up with your train of thought. Now, the first page of A1 is a copy of the tax map of the township, correct? So it's an official document.
Correct.
Now, I noticed that it appears that the subject property is highlighted in green. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay, now, you've also identified 4 other properties by addresses. What addresses do you list there?
To the right is number 5 Taft, and then on the corner there, it is number 26 Washington, 28 Washington Court, and 30 Washington Court.
All right, now, the subject property is highlighted in green. What is the lot area of the subject property?
About 13,000, a little over 13,000 square feet.
And what is the minimum lot area required by the ordinance in this zone, the R4 zone?
12,000.
Now, I made a statement earlier, I'm sorry, I think you misstated that, if you just take a look at under the required.
Oh, I'm sorry, the lot area required is 9,375.
Okay, so a little under 10,000 square feet.
Correct.
Now, I made a statement earlier that this lot was 40% larger than the minimum lot area required. Is that an accurate statement?
Yes.
Okay. Now, take a look at the other lots on Taft Court. How does our lot compare in lot size as compared to the other lots on Taft Court?
It's bigger than all the other lots.
Okay, so we are the largest lot.
Yeah.
And I assume it has something to do with the geometry, the fact that we're on the elbow or bend of the road.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's talk about the other properties that, or the other pages of the exhibit. So why don't you walk us through the next page of Exhibit A1?
The second page is area photograph from Google Earth taken in April of this year. And it's just showing the mass of the other houses that we're comparing it to, the roof lines that are there as compared to our house and our new house.
Page 3?
Yep, page 3. So if you were coming off the main road and you were traveling down Washington, number 30 is Washington. On here is the page 3. It's lot 70, and it's approximately 2,982 square feet with a lot area of 10,400. And then the next page, we have 28, which is next to it. This is another 2-story colonial. It's a newer house here. This house here is approximately 3,100 square feet with a lot area of 9,600. The following page, this is 26 Washington, which is the one that is on the corner. I'm showing two pictures of this here because it is a corner lot, and just to show the mass as you turn onto Taft, that it does look like a much bigger house than it is. And this house is approximately 3,000 square feet with a lot area of 9,100 square feet. And then the next and last house is the house next door to our house, 5 Taft. This house here is approximately 3,480 square feet with a lot area of 12,000.
Okay, so is it fair to say that the house that's immediately adjacent to the subject house is on a lot that's slightly smaller and the house is slightly larger than
That
what's
is correct.
proposed? Okay, so Mr. Babula, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you're proposing to improve 7 Taft with a new house? Maybe we could take a look at the diagrams, show us what the house will look like, and then walk us through it.
So we designed a modern two-story farmhouse kind of style with vertical batten board siding, some architectural peaks, asphalt shingles, and some cultured stone, and standing seam metal roof to break up some of the textures. That theme is for all of the elevations. We have a full basement, full open basement here for utilities. The first floor is consistent of most of the living area with the family room open to the kitchen, a living room on the left side, dining room on the right side of the foyer, two-car garage. Behind the two-car garage, we have a guest bedroom with a full bathroom and a half bath on the first floor. The second floor, we have 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms with a laundry room as well on the left side here.
Okay, now, it seems to be a common concern as to whether there'll be like staircase going up to the attic, whether there'll be habitable area up there in the attic. Is there going to be any such?
No, there's going to be no habitable space in the attic. We have a set of pull-down stairs to access that attic area. And the attic area itself is about 9 feet high to the peak, but the collar ties will be at around 6.5 to 7 feet.
All right, now, Mr. Babula, I'm going to read a line from the, or a couple of lines from the 2018 master plan of the township, and it's specifically on point with regard to the ordinance from which we seek relief. And then there's a standard of concern that I'm going to ask you to address. In the page 24 of the 2018 master plan, it reads, "The larger homes resulting from tear-downs, rebuild, or expansions may so greatly exceed the size of their immediate neighbors and others in the neighborhood as to alter the appearance of that neighborhood and adversely affect the visual environment of the zoning district." So can you tell us whether this proposal for an additional 178 square feet of floor area in this house would have such a negative impact?
I don't think so. From the street, it still meets all the setbacks, and because it's a larger lot, this lot can accommodate this size house. Again, it meets all the setbacks, so you won't be able to tell that it looks bigger than it should. To the properties to the left, it's conforming with them, and it's in line with those.
Now, as far as what's there today, and it's compared to what you're proposing, how is functionality affected?
The split levels are difficult to get a good living area with. There's many stairs to deal with. Trying to put in an addition on a split level, it always makes it look lopsided because you have to either go over one side or the other. So this kind of just makes it more uniform.
Okay. Now, with regard to the overall visual appearance, let's say you just added another level to a split level, or you came up with something in expanding it in some other way. How does this impact the visual appearance of the property as compared to what's there today, or even what's could have happened if we just added to the existing house?
Again, I think this blends in better. This is a more modern style. It's more pleasing to the eye, I believe. And with the split levels, they're just they create a lot more roof lines than you need, I believe.
Okay. Now, let's talk about side yard combined. The ordinance requires a 30% side yard combined as compared to both side setbacks. So tell us, how do we comport with side yard combined?
We are under the side yard combined. Required is 30% or 27.3 combined, and we are at 31.5.
And what about just the standard side yard setback?
The 10 feet is required, and we are 15.5 and 16.
So the house that you're proposing being narrower than what would otherwise be permitted by ordinance, would you say that that would be a benefit to the neighbors as compared to having something that was at the setback line?
Yes, certainly.
Okay,
We're
so
giving
this
more
is
space.
even a better alternative than what the ordinance would permit?
Correct.
Okay. I don't have anything further for Mr. Babula.
Does anybody on the board have any questions for Mr. Babula?
Can you just repeat, what were the setback, the new setback lines?
On the sides,
Yeah.
15.5 and
15.
16. Those are the side yards.
No, but it's gonna be 15.5, 16 now, right, then 10 and 10. Yeah.
Does anyone else on the board have any questions for this witness?
Through you, Chair, Counsel, I note on the tax map, and maybe, and it's also shown on what's up on the screen, that on the one corner of the home, there's a drainage easement and a sewer easement? Is that, am I correct on those?
It says it's a 10-foot sanitary sewer easement.
Okay, so it's two separate easements.
I think it's all one, a sanitary sewer. I think that's the main line that runs through there.
Well, because I'm looking at, you show, I think you show 20-foot wide total easement.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Because on the tax map, it's, one says drainage and one says, I think one says sanitary sewer.
I see that, yeah.
Okay. So we would agree that as a condition of approval that those easements would be unaffected by any construction going on here. I believe that those are related to township easements.
Yes, with the exception of the driveway, which we're pretty much leaving the existing driveway where it is, and that easement does go over the driveway.
The current driveway is already located
In the
in that
easement.
area.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
But none of the new construction will affect the easement.
We did receive commentary memo from Anthony Marucci, the Assistant Township Engineer. He commented on the easement and had no concerns.
Okay. But as a condition of approval, to
Understood.
continue to maintain whatever the requirements are of the
Correct.
easement, some basic form.
Understood.
Okay.
Does anybody else on the board have any questions? Does anybody in the public have any questions for this applicant?
What a statement.
What? What's, he's got to close first before we do second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask.
Yeah.
Let me put it out there, it's somewhat of a statement, but I want to get your response. I'll tell you my concern, because I want to give
Please.
them an opportunity to answer. Here's my concern. And I think it looks great. The house looks great. I think it's a great improvement to the neighborhood, the design, the look, et cetera. What I get concerned about is the legality of going over what's a hard cap on the square footage for this zone. So it seems like there needs to be a benefit to the community that substantially outweighs violating what is the maximum. So in this particular case, if there's something like a double wide lot, then I could see it. It makes sense to fill up the lot. It would be better for the community as a whole to have that we would want a bigger house on such a lot. My concern here is that the actual face of the lot, which the public sees, is only 65 wide, which is actually, I think, 10 feet shorter than the required and much shorter than all the rest of the block. And now we're putting this house that's going to violate the current zoning square footage. And it seems like somehow we have to make the leap, and that's what I'm asking you to help me with, that just having a large backyard should somehow warrant that if you have a big, I don't want it to be that if you have a big backyard, you just build a bigger house. And I do appreciate, which I do, and it was an influence on me, that you are making it narrower in the setbacks and all the improvements. So I don't want to discount that. I think that is important, and that does influence me. It's just that we're going 178, approximately one bedroom size over. You know, so then I start to ask myself, why not just keep it within the code? Why not just make it 5% less of 178, and then we're in compliance? So that's what I'm grappling with here, that I'm having a problem with.
I'm glad you asked, and you know why? I have your answer.
Oh, okay.
So in anticipation of that question, I would bring to you, it's actually found, I can't plagiarize the Cox Hornbook, so I'll read for you from section 35-2, and it addresses these type of variants. It should read, reads as follows, Randolph Town Center versus the Township of Randolph, 324 NJ Super at 416 in the Pelt Division case. Therefore, the applicant for such FAR D4 variance need not show that the site is particularly suited for the more intensive development. Rather, such an applicant must show that the site will accommodate the problems associated with a floor area larger than permitted by the ordinance. So the benefit...
That wasn't ratio, that was floor area, that case
Understood.
from Randolph? Okay.
Yeah. Now, as relates to the standard of proof, if you consider this as the D variance, which the board has historically considered it, even it's the flat number, it's not the benefits to the neighborhood standard like you would have on a C2, and it's an unusual standard, and the Supreme Court has yet to speak on it, but the standard that is held by the Appellate Division, which we deal with, is that will the site accommodate the problems associated with the additional floor area? That's the positive criteria. Of course, the negative criteria still remains, will there be any substantial negative impact to the zone plan, the zoning ordinance? And I believe that if you consider what Mr. Babula stated, that because the lot is 40% larger than what's required by the ordinance, even though it's a little narrow, but it's the actual shape of the property is a trapezoid that allows it to be larger because it's narrow in the front and pans out in the back, that we do satisfy the concern that the site can accommodate the additional floor area. Now, you look at the additional floor area, it's 178 square feet. So the first answer question you may pose is, well, why don't you make it comply? But that's not the standard. The standard is, can the site accommodate the additional floor area? So with that being the standard of proof, we submit to you that the site can accommodate the additional floor area. Now, that standard is something that we're required to satisfy, and I believe that we've satisfied it. So I'd ask that you just limit your decision-making to what the standard is for this particular variance. And now when you look at the negative criteria, certainly it's a vast improvement from what's there today, as both in function and appearance. Secondly, as Mr. Babula pointed out, the house immediately to our left is on a smaller lot, and it has a larger house. And then the two other houses immediately contiguous to us are appearing to basically similar in character and on also smaller lots. So this being the largest lot and not being the largest house, it certainly is appropriate for this particular lot. Now, I know it's not your standard review of hardship. I mean, you're always trying to figure out, where's the hardship? Well, there's no hardship. So that being the case, you can forget about it because it's not the standard. So it's the standard in this Randolph Township case, so we ask you to apply that.
What's the name of that case?
It is Randolph Town Center versus the Township of Randolph, 324 NJ Super at 416.
Can I say something as well? Thank you so much for explaining, I appreciate that. The other thing, and I guess this is sort of what we're talking about, we haven't actually said it, is this lot is not quite, but almost an R3, right? And the R3 proposed lot size is 15,000 square feet, and it's 3520 is the habitable floor area. So we're under that, coming in at 3,400, so we're under what an R3 would be. So it's sort of in that sort of fuzzy gray area. So I do believe that this house does accommodate, or the lot does accommodate the house.
And you know what's nice about that is that the very function of the Board of Adjustment, not to lecture you on your function, but is to provide for adjustments in the zoning when, not everything fits within the confines of the zoning. And sometimes you need a tailor-made suit depending on the circumstance. So we ask you to adjust the zoning as it relates to this project.
Well, thank you for
Yeah, thanks.
And I'm also commenting, so I live about a few blocks away from there, and the current house, it feels like it's never ending, it's constantly addition, right? So cleaning that up, you put one nice house, I think would be a uniform house would be better versus what's there today. So, yeah, good job.
I want to just clear something up with regard to Mr. Kenya's statement. You are not within the 200-foot zone. When you said you live nearby, you
Absolutely
did
not.
not get a
If I
notice.
was, I wouldn't be here.
No, I just, just
And nor
closing
did
out
I,
a loop.
nor did I receive a letter, so.
We don't need that.
Just one further comment, I mean, it's about 178 square feet over, however, given it has the double foyer, which I calculated to be about 110, so that's a little quirky nuance, yeah, I can do math. So if you take the double out, it's really about 68 square feet over, so a minor adjustment, and again, as we said, it's a oversized lot for the area, so I think it's a good addition to the neighborhood.
And as the attorney said, you gotta be a little flexible, so.
Anybody else on the board? Does anybody in the public want to make a statement regarding this application? Counselor, back to you if you want to close.
I don't have anything else to say. Thank you for your time and your consideration, and we'd appreciate it if you would approve the application. Thanks.
Does anybody want to make another statement? I think we're statement out. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All right.
With the conditions of approval that we stated during the hearing with regard to the easements.
Yep. Okay, Mr. Kenya, Mr. Horn,
Yes.
Mr. Shah,
Yes.
Ms. Young,
Yes.
Mr. Wiseman.
I am going to approve. Approve, yeah.
Approved? Okay. Ms. Khan,
Yes.
Mr. Beer,
Yes.
motion carries.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, take care.
Okay, the next one, Block 4800, Lot 57, 13 Crescent Road, application number 2025-77V, Zach Goldstein. Applicant seeks approval, a first and a second floor addition and rear roof porch in violation of the following sections. 170-99C2, front yard setback 40 feet required, 36.22 feet proposed, 3.78 feet variance requested. 170-87CC4, habitable floor ratio 30% required, 34.75% proposed, 4.75% variance requested.
Hi there.
Hi.
I assume you're Mr. Goldstein?
Yes, sir.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right, so Mr. Goldstein, you're here and you've brought your architect?
Yes,
That's correct.
Okay, I'm back on my game. All right, so Mr. Goldstein, are you going to be making a statement because we're going to swear you in? Or we're just
No.
going to rely on your architect?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm the
we'll
architect.
rely on your
I'll
architect.
testify on his behalf.
All right, can we please have your name, state, and spell your name, ma'am?
My name is Ruchi Dhar. I'm here as an architect. I'm a licensed architect in the state of New Jersey, New York, and Maryland. And I have testified before many zoning boards. I have Bachelor's of Architecture degree, and I'm also NCARB certified. And
Okay,
my
your
license is active. The address is 81 Falcon Road, Livingston, New Jersey.
Okay, very good. Chair?
And just one question, where was your education, for the record?
I did my BArch from India, but I got evaluated through the
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
registration board here.
Just for the record, we always ask the
I'm
same
a
question.
AIA and NCARB certified.
Perfect. Does anyone on the board have any questions or objections regarding this witness? There being no objection, the witness is accepted as an expert in architecture.
Thank
All
you.
yours. The floor is
All
yours.
right, thank you. I'm going to describe the project. The project is located at 13 Crescent Road, Livingston, New Jersey. It's in the R4 zone. Lot is 57, block is 4,800, with the total site area of 8,581 square feet. So my client acquired this in 2021. It's a single-family colonial home. The existing home has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and an attached one-car garage. We are proposing one-story addition of 225 square feet and a porch in the rear of the house, where we currently have a patio. I can show you some pictures of the house. That's the front. This is the side. This is the back of the house with the paved patio. This is the left side. So we are proposing a one-story addition of 225 square feet in the rear, and also a 662 square feet of addition on the second floor. Now, this addition would allow basically a reconfiguration of rooms on the first floor and the second floor. Here's the floor plan. This addition would basically create 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms on the second floor. The proposed exterior finish would be board and bat, vinyl siding, asphalt shingles on the roof, and that would match the existing house, which also has the vinyl siding and the asphalt shingles. My client's family is growing since they purchased this home in 2021. Thank you. And with the second child now in the household, the additional space would be needed to accommodate their needs, and they plan to stay in Livingston for a long time. I want to review the 2 variances now for what we are asking. One is the front setback variance, which is as per the zoning regulation 170-99C2. The minimum front yard setback required is 40 feet, and we are proposing 36.22. Let me show you the site plan. This is an existing house, which is a 2-storied existing home, and this has an existing condition of 36 feet 258. And we basically are doing the addition at the back and the first floor addition of 225 square feet. So our variance request is 3.78 feet, since the proposed front setback is 36.22. The second variance that we are asking for is the habitable floor ratio. We are under the habitable floor area number, which is basically the maximum required is 3,220. We are under that. The one that we are asking for is the habitable floor area ratio. As per the zoning regulations 170-87-CC4, the required is 30% of the site, which means 2,574 square feet is what's required. What we have proposed is 2,982, which is basically 34.75% of the site, and hence asking for a variance of 4.75%. So these requests for these 2 variances are due to the hardships that are caused due to the lot size. If you see the R4 zone, the standard size is 9,375, and our site is 8,581, which is undersized. The lot width is standard is 60 feet. The minimum lot width is 75. What we have is 60 feet, which is also, these are pre-existing non-conforming conditions. And hence, that's the ask for the 2 variances tonight. The positive aspect that I see, the positive criteria that I see is that this house is going to go well with the neighborhood. It's a colonial house. They will get the open layout, adequate lighting, adequate open space for their family. And the design would basically support the master plan goal of Livingston, which is basically preserving and enhancing the community's residential character. I think the addition is compatible with the architectural style of this house. It fits well with the neighborhood. And going back to the negative criteria, I'll just touch a few things. I don't see that this addition is going to increase traffic in the area, and there's no substantial negative impact. It's overall going to improve the value of the house. The design of the house is going to be aligning with the neighborhood style, and I don't see a substantial detriment to the public good. I can go over the plans if you would like to see.
I don't know if that's necessary.
Okay,
Okay, so we have an undersized lot. And if
correct.
this was a full-size lot, you probably wouldn't be before us for the area, right?
Right.
Right, so you have the shape, which is also, you're keeping the setback, so that's
Right.
pre-existing.
It's just the front setback that's pre-existing.
Yep. Okay.
Otherwise, we're keeping the side setbacks and the rear
Exactly.
setback, and, yeah.
All right, does anyone on the board have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the public have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the public want to make any statements regarding this application? Does anybody on the board want to make any statements regarding this application? Does somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to
I'll
approve.
second it. Okay, Mr. Horn.
Approved.
Okay, Mr. Kaney approved. Mr. Shah.
Yes.
Ms. Sion.
Yes.
Mr. Weisman?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Khan?
Yes.
Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Motion carries. Congratulations.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good luck.
Block 2904, Lot 21, 24 Oakwood Avenue. Application number 2025-82-V, Dorothy McCabe. Applicant seeks approval, a first and second floor addition in violation of the following section. 170-98C2, front yard setback 50 feet required, 30 feet proposed, 20 feet variance requested. 170-98C3, side yard setback 10 feet required, 9.11 feet proposed, which is existing, 0.89 feet variance requested. 170-87L1C, corner lot, 40 feet required, 14.76 feet, 76 feet proposed, 25.24 feet variance requested.
Okay, so who's Dorothy? McCabe, okay. Hi, Ms. McCabe. All right, so you're self-represented, you're the applicant, and, yes, ma'am, and,
I'm Sarah McCabe, daughter.
oh.
Keep on reading.
Oh, well, I had the Cliff Notes version.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so we have the McCabes, all right. So obviously you're gonna, yeah, I know, it's the tie.
Yeah.
We're all muddling our way through it. All right, so. So why don't we swear one or both of you is gonna, okay, sure. All right, why not? Do you swear affirm to tell the truth before the zoning board tonight?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
All righty. Now that we got through that, why don't you tell us what you got and fill us in a little bit on what your plans are?
Sure, just, we need more room, basically. It's a tiny house. It's a tiny house, and so we've got, my daughter and I live there now, plus we have an 80-pound therapy dog. So we need more room. It's an older house. It hasn't been, I think it was built, what is it, 37 maybe? It was built and it hasn't changed at all since then. So we're really looking to get some more wiggle room. My grandson, who now lives in Virginia, is going to move back to New Jersey and take up more space. So that's basically our request is just we need more wiggle room. We need more room to move around a little bit.
And the lot itself is just very narrow and long.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have an undersized lot, right? If I'm reading that correctly?
Yes.
And in the front, why don't you describe to the board what you're doing in the front?
Oh, in the front, there's an existing screened-in porch, and we're going to just enclose that and make it into the foyer. And then the steps to the porch will just kind of turn to the side and run along the front of the house.
Okay. And so, do you have a question?
So if I read this correctly, for the three variances, right, they're all pre-existing conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, to the current house. You're not actually changing any of the current setbacks or anything, you're just reconfiguring in the
Correct.
space within that confine
Correct.
of the current non-conforming uses. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Horn. I was trying to get there. I just,
He's an engineer, take some time.
yeah, a little slow. Okay. Does anyone on the board have any other questions for these witnesses? Does anybody in the public have any questions for these witnesses? Does anybody in the public want to make a statement? I didn't think so. Does anyone in the board want to make a statement?
I'll just say that I think that this is a great addition to the street. There's a lot of construction on Oakwood right now, a lot. And I think this will be perfect with everything that's going on. I think it fits the lot very nicely. And I commend you on the design.
Thank you. We're excited.
Yes, I'll second my colleague's comments. It's trying to make things fit without going crazy, and
Yeah.
that's appreciated, so.
And it's a great neighborhood.
Yes.
You know, it really is.
Would anybody like to make a statement? Would anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it. Mr. Horn?
Approved.
Okay, Mr. Kania, yes. Mr. Shah?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Yan?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Wiseman?
Yes.
Ms. Khan?
Yes.
Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Congratulations.
Thank
luck.
you, thank you, thank you.
I can't wait to see it.
Me too.
Just make sure the architect gets moving on it, okay? The one without the tie. I mean, you're supposed to have a bow tie, okay? Architect bow tie. He's out of whack today. Take care. He's been in trouble for years in town, so.
Block 2906, Lot 42, 21 Bear Brook Lane, application number 2025-83-V, Drew Goyle and Apsana Call. Applicant seeks approval for the side yard addition in violation of the following section: 17098C2, front yard setback 50 feet required, 35.66 feet proposed, 14.34 feet variance requested. 17099C3, aggregated side yard 30% required, 17.66% proposed, 12.34% variance requested.
Welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening again.
Hi there.
Okay.
She's back.
Yes. So, sir, why don't we find out who you are?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't get that.
What's your name?
Dhruv Goyal.
Okay, so you're the property owner, correct?
I am.
Okay, and you have your architect with you tonight, who's going to handle the presentation for us?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Good
you.
answers. All right. Why don't we swear you in again, just
Okay.
for this
My
new
name is
application?
Ruchi.
Do
My
you
name
sw-
is Ruchi Dhar. I'm a
And do-
licensed architect.
You're good. This is all my time. I'm good for,
Sorry.
I have the wrong tie, but I'm good on this one. Do you swear affirm to tell truth for the zoning board tonight?
That's right.
Okay. And Ms. Dart was literally minutes ago accepted as in the field of architecture. So,
We can
Chair?
accept her as an expert in architecture.
Thank you.
Did you
Moving
ask
right
her-
along.
Did you ask her if she got an email?
No. There wasn't time for an email.
I'll straight away jump to the project and describe a little bit about 21 Bear Brook Lane, Livingston. This project is in the R3 zone. Lot 42, Block 2906, has a total site area of 15,036 square feet. My client got this property, it's a split-level home, single-family detached, in 2020. The existing home has 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and an attached 2-car garage. We are proposing a single-story addition of 388 square feet, and I can show you on the site plan where that is. It's on the side of the dwelling, and this will accommodate an additional bedroom and 1 bathroom. The maximum height of the proposed addition would be 12 feet 5. The proposed exterior finishes would be vinyl siding, asphalt shingles on the roof, and that would match the existing house appearance. The 2 variances that I'm going to just talk about is the front setback and the aggregate side setback. The rest of the regulations, they meet the zoning. I can show you the chart. The only 2 variances we are asking tonight is the front setback and the aggregate side setback. So the front setback is, the minimum required is 50 feet, proposed is 35.66 feet, asking for a variance of 14.34. The second variance that I'm going to talk about is the aggregate side yard setback. The minimum aggregate required is 47.4, which is basically based on the lot width at the house, which is basically 158 feet. And our lot measures 158 feet at this, which I can show you the location, 158 feet. And this 30% of the side yard setback would come out to be 27.9 feet, which is basically 17.66% of the lot width. Hence, we're asking for a variance of 12.34%. I can now talk about the 2 C-type variances, which are driven due to the lot shape. The lot is irregular shape. It's a triangular shaped. If you see this, the front it just tapers down at the back. We meet the side yard setbacks, which is on one side, it's 10 feet. What we are asking is the front yard and then the aggregate of the two side yard setbacks. From an aesthetic standpoint, the proposed addition is designed to align with the existing home. We are kind of matching the roof line also. Supports the master plan for preserving and enhancing the community's residential character. The addition is compatible with the existing house and it fits well in the neighborhood. I don't see any negative impact, no increase in traffic, it's not different in design compared to the neighborhood design. And the stormwater management was also my concern, but this would be handled by a civil engineer, which would be hired by the client later after the variance is approved, hopefully. And he is going to handle the lot surface drainage plan before the permit approval. So hence, I believe it doesn't have any substantial impact. And I can answer any questions or concern you have tonight.
All right, so most of your problem is just due to the shape of this
Yes.
lot, which is about as triangular as you can get.
Right.
I don't know if you have many more. This bizarre in shape.
It is the weird shape of this site that
Yeah.
creates this issue with us, yeah.
And all you're doing is really extending on one side.
Yes.
And you've actually kept it 10 feet from the line to maintain that
Side
lot?
yard setback.
Yeah, so you kind of squeezed it in as best you could there.
Correct.
And the only reason that the front yard setback is increasing from the current, you're keeping the house straight, it's just the
Correct.
curve of the property just
Exactly.
means from that endpoint.
Right.
But
We have
otherwise, you're keeping it to the same flat to the current house.
Correct,
Okay,
that's right.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions for this witness? Got any questions or statements you want out there in the audience? I didn't think so, okay. Does anybody on the board want to make any statements?
Yeah, I'd also add that it may be more comfortable when you visit the site, that the neighboring lot is above, because I looked at it, and you could have done something where you gone straight up, and
All right.
generally we approve straight up. But I see you went out, but I think that's actually less intrusive to the neighbor, because their grade is higher up
Right.
to the left.
Yeah, the topography of the site is like, it slopes from one end to the other, which is basically north to south. It slopes down about 6 feet, so.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
That actually,
Thank-
I do have a question, I'm sorry. So the slope is going to go into the house, or you're going to add walls?
So this is a one-storied structure.
Right,
It's going to align the floor, the new addition.
right, correct.
Right.
But I'm talking about that side slope, how does that land, what does that land? I was trying to figure that
So
out.
it's going to slope towards the house, but the civil engineer would be proposing some kind of a French drain to cater that.
Okay.
Because all the rainwater
So you're not going
would
to add a wall or anything, though? You're not going to
stagger
terrace
it with the retaining wall?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I mean, that's something I'll leave it up to the professional
All right,
to
'cause,
help us.
depending on where it is, you might need to come back for that.
Right
just
now,
be
we
careful.
don't anticipate that
Right.
a retaining wall would be required. They're gradually going to slope it.
Yeah, okay, that was something I forgot, thank you. Does anybody else have any statements to make? Would someone like to make a motion?
I think
Oh.
she did a wonderful job, like
Oh,
a
sorry.
piece of puzzle to fit in that kind of unusual lot, so that's a great job.
Thank you.
And with that, I can make a motion to
Please do.
approve.
I'll second.
What would be a motion for?
To approve.
To approve?
To approve.
Okay.
Second the motion to approve.
All right, Mr. Caney, Mr. Horn,
Approved.
Mr. Shah.
Approved.
Okay, Ms. Young,
Yes.
Mr. Wiseman,
Approved.
Ms. Khan,
Yes.
Mr. Beer.
Yes.
Motion carries, congratulations.
Thank you
Good
so
luck.
much. Happy
Okay, the last
Thanksgiving.
applicant. Block 4707,
Come on up.
Lot 2, 19 York Terrace, application number 2025-84-V, Eric Chaffee.
Chaffee.
Thank
Well, I was
you.
looking at the same thing. I was like-
First time ever I had a hard time, so
That was gonna
thank
be a
you,
tough one.
Chaffee. Applicant seeks approval for the second floor addition over existing garage and front porch in violation of the following section. 170-99C2, front yard setback 40 feet required, 31.58 feet proposed, 8.42 feet variance requested. Second one, 170-99C3, aggregate side yard 30% required, 26 5% proposed, which is existing, 4% variance requested. 17099 CC3, left side yard setback, 10 feet allowed, 7.66 feet proposed, 2.34 feet variance requested. 170-99 CC3, right side yard setback, 10 feet allowed, 8.25 feet proposed, 1.75 feet variance requested.
Okay, welcome.
All right, and so you are, let's get you sworn in, Mr. Shevit. And if I mispronounce your name, I apologize. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
I do.
Okay.
All right. Why don't you tell us why you're here, what you got, and
Okay, so first off, my architect has 2 other meetings tonight. That is why he could not come, but I have been to a meeting here before in 2018, and I've listened to these, so I think I'm familiar with it. I'm the homeowner.
bring on.
What was that? Oh, sure. So I'm the homeowner. I moved in 2015 with my wife Barbara. We now have two sons, 5 and 7. We did put on an addition, an office addition off the back of the house in 2018, where we went straight with the sides of the house, and that variance was approved. The variance we're requesting today is to go over the garage with a master suite to extend our current relatively small bedroom, add in a closet, and add in a master suite, a second bathroom on the upstairs, because my boys are starting to get older and we're going to need a second bathroom. So in terms of the variances for that, it would be the 2 side yard setbacks. Again, we are maintaining the exact same with the garage, and the other side of the house is existing. We're not touching the other side of the house. But in terms over the garage, again, we're just matching. And again, in the rear, we're matching with the current back of the house. So that, I think, is all with that one. And then in terms of the front yard setback, we're currently already too close to below the 40 feet. So we are going closer than we are now. But if you look at one of the photos that I have, we currently have a kind of falling apart little closed-in breezeway that we would like to replace. And really, the front of our house is kind of plain right now. We would like to just make it look a little more appealing and add a covered porch across the front of the house. And a lot of the other houses in our neighborhood do have these porches, and we think it would look really nice and fit in, and we really like the look of it. Yes, it is closer than currently that breezeway, but we are going to pull that sidewalk back a little bit, hopefully so we can have a nice sitting area out front. A modest size, 6 feet, but it's not habitable space, and it's just going to be covered with some columns. That's our goal. Yeah, and the only other hardships would be just that our lot is kind of tapered in and squeezes in on the sides. We do get along great with our 2 next door neighbors, so I don't think that's an issue. But again, we're only a couple feet under. And I did attach some, we did get an adjacent, we got some, the setback survey of the adjacent properties. We're all fairly the same. We all do have this similar kind of small enclosed porches or enclosed breezeways. Across the street, there are some of these longer porches that we do like the look of, and we just kind of want to spruce up the front of our house just because it's from the 40s, and we're going to be doing all new siding, probably a new roof at the same time, just to spruce up everything. So I think that's the overall scope of the project. And I would like to say I was also the last hearing in 2018 as well. So let's try to keep this quick. I got unlucky both times. But
Maybe that's your lucky spot.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, so you're building directly over the garage. You're not changing any of the setbacks there or anything else.
Correct.
And the only thing is really the front. You have an undersized lot, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty 2,000 feet under.
Mm-hmm.
So some of that might go away if it was a full-size lot. It's also slightly awkward shaped, I guess, if you want to call it as a word. There's no particular name for the shape of your lot.
Squeezed.
Yes. So I think it's a nice addition, squeezing it in, kind of. I don't think the porch is a problem. I was on the street. Seems to blend in well. And habitable floor areas under, yes, as my cohort to my left. Noted. Does anybody else have any questions or comments?
I appreciate it. I feel like everybody takes these older houses in this town and just
Yes.
takes them down and starts over again, and so I appreciate you
Yes.
trying to modify it to accommodate your growing family, and trust me, having a 12-year-old son, I don't know how the hell you're sharing a bathroom with the two boys, so that to me is your hardship.
I have a question, or more
Yes.
of a clarification.
Yes.
So from the picture, there's a little door, not even a doorway, a little like bulb out. You're actually just extending it.
Yeah, it's going to be,
Yeah, so-
it might come out one more foot.
Right, that's all.
But it is going to be the full width of the
Because
house.
yep,
Yes.
so already the full front is already there, it's just extending it to a bit longer, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, understood.
Anybody else have any questions, statements, or comments? Anybody like to make a motion?
I'd make a motion to
I'll
approve.
second it to approve.
Boy,
We are. He's playing the role of Todd Sherman tonight.
Okay, Mr. Horn,
Approved.
Mr. Kenya, approved. Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Ms. Yan,
Approved.
Mr. Wiseman.
Approved.
Okay, Ms. Khan.
Yes.
Mr. Beer.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Great. Thank you
All
very
right.
much, guys. Thank you. Happy
Motion,
holidays. I hope not. I hope this is our last one. That was the goal.
motion to adjourn?
Approved.
Okay.
This was
There you go.
great. Good